Hi, everybody. This is Carmen Howard, and I was just reaching out to say that I am thankful and blessed because God has gotten me through a mighty long way. I just graduated over the weekend for my Power Speaker public speaking, certified public speaking course that I took, and we went to Atlanta, Georgia. It was with a beautiful women's group called Black Women Who Want More. And the founder is uh, Renee Toppin. We call her AKA Coach Rose. And she did an awesome job with teaching us how to speak. And it was such a beautiful ceremony that she made for us. It was the first graduating class. And we were very appreciative of everything that she did for us. She went over and beyond. She is just so awesome. She had the ceremony made, a graduation ceremony. She had PowerPoint slides. She gave us our own song. She just went over the top in celebrating us. And I appreciate her. I definitely appreciate her. She gave us our certificates. Let me see. Show you my certificate. And certified public speaker. And she signed it for us. And it's a certificate of completion, power speaker, public speaking course. This certificate is proudly presented to Carmen Howard. This certificate signifies that Carmen Howard has completed the Black Women Who Want More Academy public speaking course. Renee Toppin, Coach Rose instructor, Renee Toppin CEO, on October 13th, 2024. And I am so excited that I was certified to be able to receive my certificate. And then she gifted us with pens, monogram just for us. And it says, Black Women Who Want More Academy, Certified Power Speaker, Class of 2024, Write the Vision. And it was so beautiful. So I was thankful. She even gave us our own gown with our cap, graduation cap, and our tassels for 2024. And unfortunately, I put my cap and gown in the back in the room before we went to take our photo shoot pictures. And apparently, the housekeeping came and must have accidentally rolled my gown up in the sheets or something, because when I came back, there was no gown anymore, but there was just the cap. So I did not get to take my gown home and my stole that I wanted. And she had our stoles personally made to say Power Speaker 2024 on it with Black Women Who Want More. And I won't even be able to have my stole. However, I'm thankful for the opportunity. I'm thankful that I was able to graduate this weekend and I was able to make it to Atlanta. Due to finances, it was a little tight for me. However, I was very, very determined to still participate and travel to Atlanta and to be able to participate in all the activities that we did. We had a beautiful, beautiful queen crowning ceremony. That was just awesome. Um, that's when we annually go and we queen crowning ceremony, and we crowned our beautiful Gigi, our sister, with their crown. And that was just awesome. And I got crowned myself, and Tree Maker crowned me, and then I crowned my Gigi, uh, Bobby Battle Carter, and yeah, I love I love my little crowns because I am a queen. Ain't that something? We are some beautiful black queens, and you better accept it. You are beautiful. You are priceless, and you deserve more. Have a beautiful, blessed day today. Uh, God is in control. Remember that. You know why I say that? I have one more story to tell now that we're talking about how God is in control. I left Atlanta on Sunday. No, I didn't sleep Sunday night at all. I stayed up because I knew I would have to leave and go to the airport really early. My plane was leaving at 6 in the morning. And I was so concerned that I wouldn't make it on time to the airport. So I stayed up, and then I left the hotel around 3 in the morning, took my Uber to the airport. And I got to the airport, and a lot of things were going on. First of all, it was my first time, and it will be my last time taking Frontier Airlines because I do not play with that. I don't like that service at all. I didn't like it at all. And so I don't know if anyone has taken Frontier, but they charge you for every little thing. I had to check my bag, and luckily I got there on time. Luckily I left early because I had to go through this long line twice because of my baggage and carrying my banner. That was something. I just said I would never take Frontier ever again. It was just a mess. But anyway, I ended up making it on time, catching my flight, and then I got to so Frontier. I had to do a connection, and the connection was from Atlanta to Denver, Denver to Chicago, Midway. Midway is closer to my home. They ended up sending me an email saying that when I was getting ready to take off in Atlanta, that when I hit Denver, I will not be able to fly home that day because the flight had been canceled. You hear me? So I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? I gotta stay all the way in Denver. All I could think of is I'm gonna be stuck in Denver. So it was a mess. And my finances were they a hot mess right now because I had a lot of things going on before I went to Atlanta, and then I sacrificed a lot of things to go to Atlanta, and I sacrificed things to participate in all the makeup and the photo shoots and the registration, conference fees, the travel itself, the hotel, the airfare. So there was a lot of things I had going on. And then on top of it, I had my bills. My bills was popping out, coming out, being withdrawn from my account all at the same time. So everything was just going over, on. And I was like, I don't care. I'm still gonna go. I'm still gonna enjoy myself. I'm gonna enjoy my Gigi's, be around all my sisters. And we went to Bean Acres and talked with our millionaire mentor. He was awesome. He let us tour his property, all of his acres of land, his lake, everything. It was just awesome. He talked with us, he mentored us, did a nice presentation and talked with us about our business venture. And it was just an awesome time. So I was like, I'm just like, you know, God has brought me too far for this to bother me, this airline thing, you know. So I hit Denver, and as I got off the plane and came in the airport, um, there was a man, tall man, and he was like, you know, he looked at me, I smiled, he smiled, and we were cordial. And then we went up, both we had went up and was talking to the count the lady at the counter, and I had already gotten my email that the ticket had been canceled. He, on the other hand, hadn't seen his, so he was asking the lady about his flight to Chicago and where he should catch his flight. Can can she direct him? And I said, "Did you get an email? Because they said that our flight was canceled today." And he said, "No, I didn't get that email." And I said, "Check your email." So anyway, the lady told us to go talk to customer service and see what she could do. Maybe we could find another flight or something, even though my email said that there was nothing that day. So we get up to the counter. The lady is just awful. The lady, customer service lady, she was talking to all of the customers all rude and before us, and treating the lady before us really bad, talking to her crazy. Now I'm looking at it like, you know, Frontier should really reevaluate how they conduct business because that was just awful. But anyway, she was really talking crazy. So by the time I got up to the counter, um, I said, this young man here is also in the same predicament. So she called him up as well, and we both talked. Then there was another young man um, behind us. He came up as well, and she started talking and popping off at the mouth and all that. And then I said to her, I said, you know, you don't have to talk to us like that. And I said, you know, she said something, and I said, you know, Frontier, y'all gonna run out, y'all gonna lose business. Y'all are gonna run out of business. You gonna end up with no business. And she said, well, I don't care. I just work here. And I said, well, you probably should start looking for another job because the way you acting and the way this company is handling business, you're not gonna have a job very long if you continue to behave that way. And she looked, and do you know her attitude changed? Because I was like, you know, I could take my business elsewhere. She went over and beyond to try to assist us, and her attitude calmed down, and she was much nicer after that. She ended up giving us a $100 voucher for our inconvenience. She ended up getting us breakfast, lunch, and dinner vouchers. However, I never got them because they never linked to my account, so I never technically got those vouchers. But it's okay, whatever. But I made it through it, and needless to say, the man that was with me at the counter talking and everything, we made great friends afterward. We sat through the whole day because they couldn't get us our flight to um, Midway at all. There were no more flights from Midway. So we would either had to stay till the next day, or she would have us on a plane tonight. That night, she said, at 9:30 or something at night. It was, mind you, it was 7 a.m. at the time, and she said there's not another plane going out to Chicago at all until 9:30 that night. So that was a whole day, 7 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. in the airport in Denver. And so she said we could get you to Chicago O'Hare. We'll fly y'all out at 9:30. So which make would make me us arrive in Chicago at 12:53 a.m. And O'Hare is very far from my home. So I ended up having to take a Uber from O'Hare Airport to my home, which was $67. hmm And they didn't have shared rides. hmm And it was over about 45 minutes to an hour away from my house. But it's okay because I made it. I made it. We made it. And I made a good friend out of that because he was like, well, I'm so sorry that I'm hanging on with you because he was walking with me and we were just talking, and next thing you know, he's like, I'm sorry, am I bothering you? Do you want to be alone? Do you want me to just let you be and not go about my business? And I said, no, you ain't bothering me. I'm fine. So we ended up, he said, you want to go grab something to eat, get some breakfast? I said, yes, that'd be fine. So we sat, we ate some McDonald's. It's kind of, but we had McDonald's for breakfast and sat and had a great conversation, talked about things from businesses that we are involved in, and dreams and goals that we are both interested in doing. And he's was talking about his business, and I was talking about graduating over the weekend, and it was really nice to have someone to talk with. And um, the day went by much faster because we were hanging together like road dogs, like we had known each other for years. It was so weird. It was very weird because usually when I go to an airport, I don't talk to nobody. That I speak. I'll speak. I'll say hi. I'll be cordial. But I've never, ever, ever hung out with somebody at the airport and talked. Sat across from somebody at dinner time, lunch time, and breakfast time, and had conversations and talked about our life, what we were going through, things that were going on in the world. And we talked about politics. We talked about Chicago because we were both from Chicago. Food we like to eat, restaurants we like, places I should go. He told me about. I told him about places he should go. Um, it was really nice. I mean, he was a cool cat, like really cool cat. I was like, okay, you are cool. And I wasn't feeling like threatened with him or felt like, oh gosh, he's a creepy guy, or I didn't even feel like, you know, sometimes you'd be like, get to talking to somebody for a while, and then all of a sudden you realize, let me see how I could shake him off. So get rid of him. But he never was that type. I never um, felt any harm that would come my way or any threat from him. Um, I never felt bored or uh, he was just a really cool guy, and he was very respectable, a gentleman, um, and he paid for all my meals, which is the point of this conversation. The point of me bringing up this conversation was not just to bore you with what I did in the airport or whatever, but the message behind what I was bringing up this conversation for. The message is that you never know how God will bless you or work it out for you. And when I say that because I said that I had financial issues going on where I'm telling you I have money tied everywhere with my hotel still lingering, hasn't released till this day, is still pending actually. Their deposit, the hold on my card, all of the bills that were hitting my account coming out right now left me with financial strain. However, I did not let that bother me. I never said one time, oh no, how am I going to get from point A to point B? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? It all worked itself out. I put my trust in God and I said, God, please take care of me. Jesus, you know what I'm going through. And I pray that you help me and get me through. I pray that you get me home safely and that you make a way for me. And that's what God did. He made a way. And when I say he made a way, he made a way. I had enough money to get to the Uber to the airport in Atlanta. And I had no money to eat through the whole day. I had no money to eat the whole day. And then I had money that I was holding on to because I knew that I was getting ready to fly all the way to O'Hare Airport instead of Midway Airport, which would have been way more money for me to get home. But I had no other way of getting home. I had no one to call to get me from O'Hare Airport to home. I had no way of getting home, but I had my money saved in my savings account and just enough to get home in that Uber, which meant that I couldn't spend no money all day to eat lunch, breakfast, dinner. And this man that I met, a complete stranger that I hung out with all day, talking and everything, offered to pay my meals and did not know what I was going to do because I was not going to tell this man that I was broke or I had no money in my checking account, that I had no money, period. I was not going to tell him that. But he blessed me by taking care of my meals. And I had no idea to this day that he blessed me with that. He was being nice. He was like, I said, well, how much do I owe you? I did bring it up to him. He asked me, do you want to go have a bite to eat? My treat. He asked me, do you want to go have a drink? My treat. I was like, sure. But then when it came down to the bill, I said, how much do I owe you? He said, nothing. I asked you to eat. If I asked you to eat, then you don't owe me nothing. I was like, thank you. I appreciate that. And I believe God sent him in my life that day. We missed both of our planes were canceled. And he blessed me by having someone pay for my meals. And then on top of that, I blessed him as well. See, all that time that we were having talks and getting to know each other and having conversations, he never mentioned that one time to me until later on in our conversation around lunchtime, I believe, that his mother had passed away Thursday. He had flew from Chicago to Atlanta, and that's why he was flying in the first place, because he went to view his mom's body, and that he was on our plane coming back to Chicago and had appointments all the day that we were stuck in that airport. He was supposed to be trying to make his mother's funeral arrangements. And when I say I was in shock because this man never showed signs of my mom has passed away. I'm distraught. I don't know what I'm going to do. All I kept hearing him saying is he was very, you could tell that he was bothered by the fact that he had to uh, stay in the airport, that he missed his plane, or that it was canceled, that because he was like, oh my goodness, I wasn't expecting this. I had things I needed to take care of today. He was, bothered by that. But he never, you just, my point is, you just never know what someone is going through. You never know what someone is going through. This man lost his mother. Lost his mother. Do you know how many people I know, including myself, that would be just crying at the drop of a dime because I lost my mother. And now I'm stuck here in the airport all day. This man never showed signs of losing his mother. He just looked weary, but I did not know. I thought he was just weary because of the canceled flight. But no, this man was mourning the loss of his mother. And at that time, I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry to hear that. So, needless to say, I gave him the space to talk about his mother. I wanted him to know that I was concerned, but I won't pressure you and we won't be talking about your mother all the time because I didn't want him to be sitting there, you know, trying to handle his mother's death. So I was trying to get his mind off of it a little bit, and we had conversations about other things throughout the day. But I did let him know I am aware of your mother passing, and I am so sorry for your loss. And that when you're ready to talk about her, if you want to talk about her, feel free to talk about your mother. Because I can't imagine sitting in the airport all day. And my mom passed away. And he was the one that was sent back to Chicago because they're bringing her body from Atlanta back to Chicago. So he was the one in charge of taking care of all her funeral arrangements. So I want to shout out to Sean. If you ever see this, I want to say that you were the coolest, most wonderful guy. That I pray that you get through your journey and that God comforts you and your family. I send my condolences to you and your family, and I pray that everything will work out okay during this grief and this loss that you have, and that you remember the good times with your mother, and that I pray that God blesses your whole family and give you all the comfort and strength that you need. And I do remember him saying many times throughout the day, man, thank you for hanging out with me. I don't know what I would have done if you were not here on this in this situation with me. He said I would have been sitting here all day, just my mind I'd have went crazy because my mind would have just been focused on my mom and how I can't take care of the things that I need to do to take care of her. And he said I would have been going crazy. So he thanked me many times for for me, letting him hang out with me and being a listening ear for him and talking about everything that he went through. So um, I felt good because I was there for him just as much as he was there for me. He didn't even know he was there for me, but he was. So I say that to say that I am thankful and God has truly blessed me. I have truly been blessed. I am blessed with the most beautiful children in the world, the most beautiful grandson in the world, and I'm blessed with things that I have now. I say all the time, you know, trouble don't last always. And there was a point in time where I was the most depressed person ever. And I was like always to myself. And I am still to myself. However, um, I went through a very difficult time. So I can honestly say that I am fulfilled, regardless of what my circumstances are at the moment, financially or physically or mentally or spiritually. I feel so grateful, 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 grateful. I'm grateful for Coach Rose, Renee Toppin. Renee Toppin created a group for Black women who want more, aka Rose, Coach Rose, we call her, because she gives out roses at every event. And she focuses on our mental health, spiritual health, being emotionally stable, physically fit. And I just thank her. Thank her for everything she has done. Thank her for giving us the opportunity to grow. That's the word, giving us the opportunity to grow. And I'm so appreciative of her and thankful for the ladies and all their wisdom. I'm thankful for my sisters. I'm thankful for my blood sisters, Star and Candace, my brother Stephen, my sister Keisha. I thank you all. I want to say I thank my mom. I love her so much. And I pray for you every day. And I don't know what I would have done if what that man was going through. I can't imagine going through that. And I know we all have to go one day, but I'm not even thinking about that right now. I just love my mama. So I'm going to get off here. I know I've been very long, but I want to say thank you, Lord, for everything He has done for me. And I want to encourage you all to put your trust in God because I didn't do that often. I didn't do it often, but I'm so thankful that I have finally started to let God know that I am seeking His face every day and trying to live right by Him. And every day I feel a little closer to Him. I didn't know that I would be where I am right now, ever. I didn't. And I want to just say, graduating this weekend is just the beginning. It's not it. It's not the end. It's just the beginning. And I look forward to a very exciting new chapter in my life. God bless you all. Thank you for taking the time out to listen to me. You know, I don't talk often. God bless you all. And I pray that you have a beautiful, beautiful, blessed day. Peace and blessings. Love you.